you for joining me on the couch today. Gonna talk a little bit about how marketing automation is used within Kramp, where you work. So let's start with an introduction. Who are you?
I'm Jasmijn Hemersma.
Yeah.
I have been working at Kramp for over 2 years now, but I've been working with Deploytech since 2011.
Oh wow.
So my main focus is always email and marketing automation, and yeah, that's where my passion is.
Okay. So I know that you like to introduce Kramp as the giant that nobody knows.
Yes, exactly.
Tell me, who's Kramp?
Kramp is a B2B wholesaler in agricultural products. We have over 500,000 products. We sell them all online in our web shop. Kramp, we have an annual turnover of 1.2 billion euros. So
Sure.
I think we can say that we are a big player in the market.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. And we operate in 24 countries within Europe. So and each country is responsible for their own sales and marketing.
Yeah.
And I work at a global level. So my work is to make sure that the local marketers have the best way of working, that we can save a lot of time for them in their work processes.
Yeah.
Create campaigns that contributes to our global goals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. And 2 years ago you started at Kramp. What was your assignment? Why did they ask you to join?
They really wanted to uplift the marketing automation experience for our customers. So I have a lot of experience in that part. And we also knew that a lot of things, like basic things that you need, were not in place. So before building up, we needed to fix a lot of things.
Yeah.
So that was my first assignment, to make things more measurable, so that we know, okay, what are we doing, and from there on, what are we going to do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So the end game was to level up the marketing automation efforts.
Yes.
And in order to do that, you started with the baseline.
Yes.
What are we doing now?
Exactly.
Could you give me some examples of what you took and started with?
Well, first thing that we started with was that we needed to look at our way of attributing.
Okay.
So when I started, we just looked at our data. If someone clicked, then what purchases were made.
Yeah.
But at Kramp, as a B2B wholesaler, we know that our customers have our webshop open the entire day. So the whole day long, they just pick products that are used by their customers, or that their customers specifically needs.
Yeah.
They put it in their basket, and then at the end of the day, they make the purchase.
Yeah, so they basically make a order list.
Exactly.
Using your basket.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But from marketing perspective, we specifically wanted to know what is the impact that we are making.
Yeah.
So not just to say, okay, the entire basket is attributed to, for instance, the email that we send out and that was clicked on, but what was the impact that the email made? So which products are selected and put in the basket because of that email, and that the customer did not purchase without the email. So that was the first assignment, to really see what is the added value of email marketing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And what was the conclusion? What was one of the conclusions you could draw from that exercise?
Well, it gave us a lot of insights to know what we could do better. And the main thing we've learned was that we have over 500,000 products, and our customers that order daily with us, they know what they want to order, but they cannot know the entire stack. So we wanted to make sure that they also knew our products that were relevant to them, but they haven't bought before. So with this attribution model,
yeah,
we know that if they click on that specific product and they order that, that is because of the email.
Yeah.
So we learned that we needed to be even more relevant than we already were. As I mentioned, in the 24 countries, we have local marketing teams.
Yeah.
And we have countries that have high experienced marketeers, so they can do a lot on email marketing.
Yeah.
We also have countries that have more generalist marketeers. Yeah. So specifically for that group, it's really important that we have a tool where they can work with that is intuitive and user-friendly, and they don't need a lot of time to make or create an email.
Yeah.
Or to select target groups. So we have found that in DeployTech.
Yeah.
But also on a global level, we use an email or marketing automation tool in a more expert way. We want to use the best template that is possible, that automatically adapts to the specific language needs that a receiver will have. But also we want to do a complex automated campaigns. We want to have all the data available that we can use to optimize or to have more insights.
Yeah.
So also on that level, we have found a great tool in DeployTech.
Okay, so easy to use, being able to create complex advanced marketing campaigns, and being able to provide you with the data you need to optimize but also personalize the campaign.
We have a specific customer profile. And when a customer is allowed to order at Kramp, we want to onboard them in the best way possible. So that is also where marketing automation has a really important part in. So we designed a new onboarding campaign, sales with the local teams and with a content team, with a marketing automation team. And we were able to reduce the days between first order with 33%.
Wow.
So that is really a really exciting campaign for us.
Yeah.
So that is not about attribution or turnover or gaining money, but it's just on making a customer active. And then we also have a campaign that's really important to us, is that when we see that a customer is showing different behavior, so they are at risk of becoming inactive.
Yeah.
We also automated that part because that was done by local marketers. They just looked at their own database of customers to see, okay, which customer is at risk. Yeah. And then in some countries, the account manager made a call or they send out an email. But we automated this process to reactivate customers that are not even inactive, but are at risk.
Yeah, like churn risk that you could grasp from the data.
Yes, so that is a really important one for us. Yeah. And we were able to prevent that a lot of customers that were at risk are now an active customer again.
I know that you mentioned that you were able to save a lot of time using DeployTech. Could you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's in minor things and it's in major campaigns. So I think a minor thing that we did was, for instance, to automate the way of working to create UTM tags. Oh, yeah. So we automated that process, and local marketeers don't have to add UTM tags, they don't have to look at it, they don't have to think about it, because it's all automated. So every URL they use, it's there, and we can totally measure everything. So I think this is like a minor thing, but it's a big step because we want to know all the data. Yeah. So if someone forgets it, now they don't have to think about it anymore.
No, perfect.
So that's great. Another thing that we did is we worked on a new email template together with you. So we took all our internal knowledge of our way of working and how the local marketers want to work and what they think is necessary for their customers or what they need in their emails, and we combine it with all the deploy tech experience that you guys have, and we combined it and we created a really great email template that will save us a lot of time. And that's because we have less layouts in a template because things are combined better. It's more intuitive, but local marketers have way more options, but it doesn't feel like that. So it's not overwhelming, and it will save them a lot of time to drag and drop an email.
So I can imagine working in 24 different countries that brand consistency is a main focus. How does DeployTech help you with having one brand story throughout all your markets?
With the new template that has been built, we put in all the available background colors, the available call to action buttons that are within our brand guidelines. So they cannot change any colors that are outside the brand guideline. So all emails that have been created with this new email template are always on brand. So that's a big win.
You have to create your campaigns in a lot of different languages. How does DeployTech help you with your translation and making sure that every email is in the right language for that receiver?
Yeah, that's a good question. We have created an AI translation tooling together with you based on our ChatGPT translation engine that is built internally by our content team, and this is linked to DeployTech.
Okay.
So the process before that we had this was that if we want to create a campaign, we have the English content. The English content is sent out to 24 or to the 24 marketeers or to translation agencies. And then we got it back, sometimes on time, sometimes not on time. And then we have to copy paste it into the email and do the 24 variations or even more because some countries have multiple languages. So that took a lot of time, and it's not the most interesting work to do, but important. In this new way of working, we have the English content, and then it's going through the AI translator, and then it will translate it into for the 24 countries. But it also makes sure that the tone of voice is correct. So the tone of voice in, for instance, France is different than the French they speak in Belgium. So the engine makes sure that the tone of voice for each country is in the right way that they want to have it in. So when the translation is in, then a page or a form is created that is given to the local marketers. They can make changes, and all the changes are automatically in DeployTech, in the DeployTech email. So there's no copy pasting anymore. So they can check it, and if they think it's okay, then it's approved, and then the email is ready, and no more building 24 more variations and doing the extensive testing if the right language is in the right place. And we now know that it's all automated and it's always right.
What are you measuring within the email campaigns? Like, give me two of your main measurement points.
Well, that's really dependent on what our goal is with the campaign. So for instance, if we look at the onboarding campaign, we don't look specifically at turnover or at clicks. We just look at, okay, how many of these leads will become customers and how many days it will take. So that are different KPIs. Then we look at a more commercial campaign that is for our active customers.
Yeah.
If we want to drive sales, then we look at, okay, how many clicks and how much turnover and which products that they bought and how can we be more relevant next time.
Yeah.
So it's really different per campaign.
Yeah, of course. And that's also, I think, the expertise of an email marketer. Eh? What do I need to measure in order to conclude how successful this this campaign is? So
I think a campaign starts with that.
Yeah.
What do we want to achieve? How can we measure it? And can we measure it? And if one of the three is no or you can't, then you need to fix other things first.
Yeah. This year you had a presentation at our marketing event, Deploy Tech Connect. And one of the cases that you presented there was your man versus machine pilot.
Yes.
And if I remember correctly, it was about product recommendations. What if we automate it based on the data we have and within Deploy Tech versus what happens when one of our sales colleagues is making those recommendations manually.
Yeah.
Could you give me a little bit insight, and please start with why you wanted to do this this pilot?
Yeah, we wanted to start a pilot because we knew we had to be more relevant to our customers to show the real added value of our email marketing campaigns. So we have 500,000 products, we have over 60,000 customers, and we want to combine those two together so that customers that weren't buying specific products that we knew that were really interesting to them and that they should buy.
Yeah.
We want to make sure that they knew the specific products.
Yeah.
So with this product recommendation campaign, we started with the first pilots. Yeah, we selected a specific tool that can make the product recommendations based on our data.
Yeah.
And it was connected to Deploy Tech.
Yeah. So the products that you are talking about are the product that came out of your predictive model that you have available.
Exactly.
Okay.
So it's based on the customer data to be able to show the most relevant 6 products for that specific customer.
Okay.
So it's really personalized for each customer. They will receive other products.
Yeah.
And to be able to show the added value of this tooling that we were using, we conducted an A/B test in which we send out those personalized product recommendations to 50% of the database of our target group.
Yeah.
And then the other 50% will receive product recommendations that were selected by our product manager that has over 20 years of experience within Kramp and with our products.
Okay, so not the first
everything.
one. Yeah,
No.
exactly. Yeah.
He knows which season which product will work in which season for which customer group.
Yeah.
So he also selected 6 products each week, but not personalized.
No.
They were the same for the entire group.
Yeah.
So what we wanted to see in this pilot is that the product recommendation engine that makes the personalized recommendations would perform better than our colleague.
Yeah.
But in the first pilot, that was not the case.
Okay.
So we could say goodbye to the expensive tool.
Yeah.
And we start just sending out the product recommendations that our colleague made.
Yeah.
But that wasn't really scalable because we did it in the pilot for 4 countries.
Yeah.
But yeah, we cannot do that for 24 countries because we have to make an entire team of such colleagues.
Yeah,
that
product
will make
managers.
product recommendations.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's not really a scalable solution.
No.
And it's not also in the way of work as how we vision it.
Yeah.
So that's why we started the second pilot, and in the second pilot we got the okay internally that we can create our own product recommendation engine. So we got the budget, but also the people internally that could create such an engine.
Yeah.
So within 4 months, they created one, and we did the same A/B test. So again, 50% of the target group would receive the personalized recommendations, and the other 50% would receive the 6 non-personalized recommendations made by the category manager.
Yeah.
In that second pilot, we saw that from the first week on, the automated product recommendation would outperform the manual ones. And this was our most successful marketing automation campaign.
If you would have to give one piece of advice to marketers who are using marketing automation to achieve their commercial goals, what would that be?
I think the best piece of advice that I can give is that before start creating a campaign, is to think about what is the thing that you want to achieve with this campaign. So what is the end goal? What are the KPIs that you need to measure to show success?
Yeah.
And are you able to measure these results?
Yeah.
So if one of the 3 things you haven't thought about, or you aren't able to do, so for instance, you aren't able to measure the things that you need to measure,
yeah,
then just fix things first before starting the campaign.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good advice. Fix things first before you start. Can you give me an example of what you fixed before you started a campaign?
Yes, of course. Well, if I'm not able to measure something that I need to measure,
yeah,
then I start talking with our data analyst or people that can help me to get the data in, so that we are able to measure it. But also, what are the dashboards that we need to see the success of the campaign?
Yeah.
So yeah, first fix that, and then continue building the campaign.
Okay, thank you.